You're listening to YouTube Talk Radio.
So where do we go from here? What do we do now? Do we crawl up in the fetal position and suck our thumbs as victims? Is that what we do? Is that what we, a great country full of patriots, is that what we do? No, that's not what we do. Men and women have done a hell of a lot more than you and I are doing. You lose a battle, you dust yourself off, and you go back. You defeat your adversary, and in this case, our adversary, 64 United States senators. Thursday, they tell us, is another one of these cloture votes. And we have a few Republicans, a few Repubics, who say they just want their amendment voted on. And if it doesn't pass, then they'll vote against cloture. Or make that cloture. That's correct. All right. Well, then we have to kick into gear, ladies and gentlemen. You know why? Because we're Americans. That's what we do. We don't give up. Normally we're fighting people outside our country to protect our borders. Today, we fight people within our country to protect our borders, people who are supposed to be our representatives. I love these other talk show hosts. Oh, Mark, you're so far out there. Oh, Mark, I'm leading the charge against illegal immigration. Oh, Mark, they want to silence me. I don't care about all that. What I know is, I know the libs hate me. I know these politicians hate me, because I humiliate them like nobody else. And I present the facts like nobody else. Day after day after day. Because that's how I'm trained. And that's what I do. I'll let the others claim credit. I don't much give a damn. All I care is about what you care about. What we care about. Securing our border. Why is that so controversial? Just because the regime in Mexico doesn't like it? Why should I give a damn? Just because the regime in Mexico is corrupt? Just because 40% of its population is poor? Just because they refuse to do the humane thing and reform their economy and their government? What does that mean? You and I have to go broke? Our schools have to go broke? Our hospitals have to go broke? Social Security has to collapse? Why? Because the president of Mexico said so? Why? Because a president who's going to be out of office in 18 months? Because he says so? Why? Because senators who won't be remembered 50 years from now, they say so? I say no. I say we have a responsibility to our children. We have a responsibility to the next generation, just as the prior generation had one to us. And that is to confer upon them a free country, a secure country, a country where there is a single language called English, a country where everybody's not working full-time for the federal government, a country that respects the Constitution. That's what we want. Is that asking too much? Well, apparently it is. Apparently is. We have Democrat politicians who so hate this country, they want to change it and change it forever. And if that means opening their arms to the third world, who will pour in here, who will massively increase the size of government, who will make our southern border weak, then they're all for it, as long as they have power. We have some Republicans, who we call Re-Pube-icans for obvious reasons. We have some Re-Pube-icans who really think they're so courageous, when in fact, they're not courageous. They're cowards. They're buffoons. They throw in with the hard left and their agenda. Why? Because they're prodded along by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and its members, who apparently believe that slave labor is a good thing for America. Well, in fact, it may be slave labor to them, but you and I are subsidizing it in 100 different ways through federal and state entitlements. And it's going to get worse. I speak to you as an expert on the judiciary. It's going to get worse. Once the third world pours over our border in bigger numbers than it has tonight, in bigger numbers than it has today, the courts will get involved as they have in the past. I'm the one who told you that the Supreme Court ruled in 1981 that public education is a constitutional right to the children of illegal aliens. And it'll get worse. Just as the court has gone nuts when it comes to the rights of the enemy terrorists, it will go nuts when it comes to the rights of illegal non-citizens who are in our country. That is why we stand and fight. That is why we fought today's vote. That's why we'll fight Thursday's vote. And if they vote on Friday and Monday and Tuesday, we will fight them there too. And if it gets out of the Senate, God forbid, we'll fight them in the House of Representatives. We'll fight our own party. We'll fight the Democrat Party. We don't care. Diane Frankenfeinstein calls this hyperbole. While her husband is stuffing tens of millions of dollars a year tax money in his pockets, while they're playing inside-outside, while she sat as chairman of a subcommittee, she's offended by me and you. She's offended by talk radio. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm offended by her. And I'm offended over the fact that there still isn't an ethics investigation or a criminal investigation of her and her husband. What do you think of that? I'm offended that Chris Wallace, the anchor on Fox News Sunday, didn't ask her a single question. Not one about her unethical activity. Instead, she can throw mud balls at talk radio. I know these people are Stalinists. I've been saying it for 5 years. The others are coming in. I hear the chorus behind me. That's a good thing. You want to cut off free speech? You're a Stalinist. That's correct. You want to take guns away? You're a Stalinist. That's correct. You want to trample on private property rights? You're a Stalinist. What else are you if you're not a Stalinist? If you don't believe in border security, if you want to open this country to every third world person who wants to stroll in here, what do you call that? Patriotism? National security? Oh, I can hear the propagandists from the White House right now. This bill won't do that. We're going to put up $4.4 billion more dollars. Wow. In a $3 trillion budget, the same people who said they'd built 700 to 800 miles of fence, oh, yeah, we're going to take care of the border. You know this president has stopped more illegals on the border than any prior president? That's right. He's personally down there stopping them. We have more border patrol than ever before. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 to 5 million illegals in this country on President Bush's watch. Whatever they're spending, whatever they're doing, it ain't enough. Is it? No, it's not. So we don't need lectures from failed politicians who've broken their promises to us. No, we don't. And we don't need lectures from jerks like Jim Webb, who lied his way into office. We don't need lectures from senators who barely a month ago voted against this bill and today voted for it. We know what the hell's going on. They're working against you and me, and they want to shut you up and shut people like me down. Mark's way out there, oh my. He's so controversial. Why can't he calm down and be like the rest of them? Because I'm not. I'm not. Sorry, I bring passion to the microphone. That's the way I am. Here we have the trifecta. That trifecta of sleaze.